Good afternoon, world. It's moments past noon here in Waxahachie, Texas, deep, deep, deep in the Lone Star State. And I've been in New Mexico, and for all its beauty and wonder and enchantment, gosh, it's nice to be back. I'm so happy to be in the Lone Star State, in this chair in Waxahachie, Texas. We're broadcasting live from our palatial studios in downtown Waxahachie in the shadows of the historic Ellis County Courthouse. And I am your co host, Jeff Lynch. And manning the board as always, and he's been capably sitting in my chair for 3 episodes, doing a fine job, is our man, Sammy Brooks, which will have something to do with the title of my poem, but it wasn't named after him. And to my right, in his stripes, ever the patriot, also, my man,
Got
Scott
that
Brooks.
right. It is July the 2nd. We don't have a show on the 4th, obviously. So we're all patriotic. You know what, Sammy, in a minute, if you will, look up a video of Dan and Shay singing the national anthem. Remember I told you about that?
Oh, yeah.
We may close with that today. But anyway, thank you for being here. It is a Thursday, so anytime it's Tuesday or Thursday, we are in this studio at noon Central Standard Time till 1 o'clock, talking about everything you can imagine and then some. We are on Substack.com. So if you go to Substack.com, Grit and Good News, you'll search Grit and Good News. You'll find us there for $5 a month. You get all kinds of content that we work very hard, to provide you. So you'll get an email Monday morning, Friday morning before you arise, and in that email will be a newsletter of all the things we have talked about, with links to shows, links to other bits of content, our columns, our poems, you name it, Sammy's columns, sports columns, that is. So we'd love to have you as a subscriber. Today, we will start as we normally do. Today, as you said, 154, right?
Yes,
Is that
sir.
what you
Yes,
say?
sir.
Yeah, so we take the last two digits of that. Sammy goes out and finds the best known, best known, not some obscure guy. You can't even say his
Hey,
dadgum name.
hey,
Uh,
don't disrespect these
best known in
professionals.
football, basketball, baseball, and the NHL. So let's start with 54. That's a bit better number than trying to find a 53, if
We're
you ask me.
solidly in the linebackers.
So 50, yeah, we are, or centers.
We're centers.
54 in the NFL.
I have all linebackers.
Go.
Chuck
Howley.
Howley, that's his name for the
Yeah.
And you
Dallas
know what he
Cowboys.
does?
Is he on there?
He's got
Yeah.
a linen service
Yeah,
in,
good.
in Dallas with
He
trucks running
he was a
around.
player, Sam, back in the day.
He played for the Cowboys. We got Randy White.
He played for the
He's
Cowboys.
A
also,
manster.
He
yeah.
was crazy.
Brian Urlacher for the
Urlacher.
Bears.
Kurt. Bears.
Same thing. Zach Thomas for the
Yeah.
Dolphins. We got Bobby Wagner still playing, and then Dante Hightower. He played for the Patriots, probably some other
You
team.
know where he played college?
Alabama.
That's right. So those are good.
When
Those
he
are
says that, you know what the answer is
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
be.
those are. I heard a thing yesterday. You know how if you say to your wife or your girlfriend, "Where do you want to go eat?" I don't know. It takes forever. And I'll tell you before the show's over. Uh, Jeff, where are you going? Pardon us while Jeff makes himself. But there was something I wanted to tell the guys watching about. Here you go. Never ask your wife where she wants to eat. Ask her, quote, "Guess where I'm taking you," end quote.
yeah.
And whatever she says is where you go. Follow me for more marriage and relationship advice. So, what did it say? Guess where I'm taking you.
Yeah.
So remember that. I'm gonna do that with Sonia because I don't think Sonia's watching right now. She's with our baby grandson. Anyway,
That's it.
54. Okay,
That's it.
54 in what's the name?
Basketball. You're not gonna know
Yeah, I am.
who.
We already did. What's his name? Chocolate Thunder.
Yeah.
What was his name? Daryl.
I have no idea.
Dawkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah, he was the other day. 53. 54. Yeah, I don't know.
Forrest Grant.
Oh yeah, for the Bulls.
And Lakers.
Yeah, he wore those big old goggles.
And then the only other one I have is Luke Jackson, 1960s for the 76ers.
Okay. Little known.
Yeah.
Thank you.
MLB.
MLB 54. I have no clue. It's got to be a pitcher.
Goose
Gossage.
Gossage.
Yeah, he was crazy.
We got Sonny Gray.
Sonny Gray. Yeah, he pitches now.
Yeah, that sounded familiar. And then
He almost pitched a no-hitter into the 8th inning the other night against the Yankees.
And then Aroldis still plays. Aroldis Chapman. And
Yeah,
I think
he's not 54.
he wore it.
He's worn. He's worn about every number because he's
Well,
played for every team.
don't
He
hate the
plays.
player, hate the game.
He plays for the Red Sox. And the other night, I happened to watch it because they were playing the Yankees, and they were about to sweep the Yankees.
Yeah.
4-game series, and eh, eh, he was on the mound. Maury's watching. He'll know. He knows what I'm talking about because we often take our fair shots at Araldus. But he did the same thing. Walks the first two guys, throws pitches away. He's throwing the ball 100 miles an
Yeah.
hour, but it was the same thing, deja vu all over
Do you
again.
know what he's wearing right now?
48,
Probably 44.
I
Oh,
think.
something like that.
Yeah.
He's worn it. NHL. Got
And Hughes, one of the Hughes brothers.
No,
No. Okay.
no. We got Adam McQuaid for the Bruins.
That's it? No.
David Jones, multiple teams. Paul Ranger, Lightning, and Scott Reedy wore it for the Sharks, but it says he plays for the Stars right now.
Never heard of him.
Not
Never
much.
heard of him?
He
Doesn't
must
play
be on
much
the
for him.
8th line, and we just don't
Yeah,
know him.
he probably doesn't play.
All right, and then that was just 3 sports. We did all 4?
We did NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL.
Wow.
It went by so
Yeah.
fast.
54, just not a big time number. I missed the teams when we could clearly identify. All right, few updates. World Cup. Sammy is obsessed with the World Cup. We are wearing and Sammy's got on a 250 anniversary shirt. But we're wearing our stuff because 2 reasons. One is the 4th of July come Saturday, 250th birthday, and then of course the World Cup's going on. So the World Cup, United States won yesterday 2-1 or 2-0.
2-0.
2-0.
And got ripped really because Malugan, or however you say it,
They call him Flo.
one of our best players, he and Pulisic.
He's our best striker. Pulisic isn't really a striker, really.
Well, and he gets a red. I watched the replay again, and I'm like,
I watched it live. I watched 3 replays, and
he
I
accidentally stepped on the dude. And I mean, I
Which
know
is a
I
yellow
think-
card. He should have got a card, but it
Yeah,
should have been a
yeah,
yellow
I think
card.
they went red because how bad that ankle turned.
they went red because they don't, in my opinion, they don't want the United States to win it.
I'll tell you one thing: 35 minutes shorthanded
Yeah,
is about
That's
the
good.
guttiest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I told Dad after it happened, the Bosnia's gonna have the ball for about 30 minutes, so we're gonna have
yeah.
to.
Well, and that inspired me to wear my 1980 Miracle on Ice. You know, we're down to 16s now, so you win 16s, 8s, 4s, and 2s. You're 4 victories away, and I'm kind of sniffing a miracle on the pitch. I don't want to be
I don't
overly
know.
optimistic.
Yeah, I have predicted France to win, but all right. So today, I don't know well, I do know who's playing today. So today is going to be Portugal, Croatia, Spain, and Austria. Well, I got to mark out Bosnia. What's the other name in there, Sammy?
Herzegovina.
Yeah, that too. Switzerland, Algeria
How
played
can
it.
he do that and get all these hockey names
He
wrong?
he didn't get it right. He just mumbled something.
Yeah,
What is it?
Herzegovina.
And goes
All right,
over
so
you
today,
too.
there are 3 games. I'm sure one is going to be on here, if not already. But America,
We play Belgium Monday.
yeah, Monday without Flo.
So the thing is that FIFA has came out and said that they're gonna look at it and maybe FIFA can't
Overrule it.
They can't like take it away, but they can extend it. And they came out and said that they're gonna review it and maybe extend it. So
What
now
do you mean extend it?
extend the ban. Like he might be banned for more than just round of 16.
No way.
I promise.
There's no that all hell.
I don't know
will
if they'll
come.
do it, but they're looking at it. So we got
They ought
Pepe.
to be saying, look, it's like targeting versus just a bad, hit. That wasn't the equivalent of targeting, which would require the ban. It's
The
just
other thing that concerns me, did you see our goalie flinch badly when he came down and made a diving save
Oh yeah,
to our right to his left
his
on
arm.
his shoulder?
His arm. Yeah.
He came up.
I didn't see it,
And
but
by the way, when you said he got kicked in the head, it was a flop,
no, he didn't kick. No, it wasn't. No, he was already down.
and he got like
A guy ran by him.
nudged in
No,
the
a guy
head.
ran by him and pushed him down. I didn't say he did it like it
okay.
hurt him,
Okay.
but he did it. It was just a punk move. That would
Okay.
be a yellow
Yeah.
card.
Okay.
It's no different than taunting or something like that. But I don't see us losing to Belgium. Belgium. Here's the other thing. Senegal straight up got homered, and that's unacceptable. Up 2-0 going into the 90th,
85th minute. Up
and then
2
get
goals.
a penalty.
You know, we are so
penalty kick.
fortunate in terms of Homer that we're in 9 cities, and it seems like we're all in the U.S. And I
Yeah,
don't
we play
think,
Belgium in Seattle Monday.
yeah, I don't think we played a game out of the country so
I
far.
doubt we will. I mean,
Yeah.
it's either Toronto or Mexico City or Guadalajara.
Yeah. So, but
But
if you're watching the USA Monday, who's Pepe Pepi is going to be
Mhm.
playing for
reflect flow.
replacing Flo. So
Yeah, so
Sam, where's our coach born?
Argentina from
yeah,
Hello,
and he
he's a
loves USA, by the
he's a
way.
good
hello,
coach.
and he
Um,
he came over here
He
and
loves
he
it.
worked his way through all of the jobs up through the ranks. I think his players like him.
Oh yeah,
I think he's
fans love him. Everybody loves
I
him.
think he's a cool
so
dude.
if
Oh,
oh yeah, here
can we
we
have
go.
one more thing on it?
Yep.
What about Micah Parsons there
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
see him.
at AT&T on that game
they should have
I
before?
didn't see
carded
him.
him, make
And
kick
I
him
heard
out.
him say something about it was the Norway game. I wanted to be up there leading the rowing of the boat.
Yeah,
I'm thinking like
Coop was at the Norway game.
like they
Was he?
need any help rowing the boat, but then also I don't know. Just what I heard is that he's put out the word. He hates living in Green Bay,
Too bad.
and he'd
So
love to
yeah,
be back
yeah,
in
No,
Dallas.
no,
But
no,
yeah,
no, no, no.
I don't.
Jerry, if you're listening to anything I've
yeah.
ever
Yeah,
said in my
I'm
65
not
years,
advocating. I'm just telling.
no way.
Just
I
leave
know,
him.
No way. Um,
especially
Let me read some
coming off of
comments.
his injury.
Let me read some comments real
okay.
quick. We got Tammy saying hi from Florida. No, I am not at the NB. Have a great
You know
show.
what NB
I
is?
have no idea.
Tammy, who's
Nude
a
Beach.
uh, Tammy
Oh,
is a friend who watches the show regularly, and she's a doll. She's a big time hunter, deer and all
okay.
that. She and a friend, I think, or friends, or at a beach. She's not the type that would ever go on a anywhere near a nude beach, but she stumbled onto a nude beach.
Oh.
So I never let her hear the end of that.
And then she said in another comment, we are actually halfway through 2026 today, so that's a pretty cool
Yes,
fact.
that's right.
Terry says, afternoon, fellas, and welcome back, Jeff.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Terry.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Terry. Thanks, Terry. So here's the deal. I'll close up on the World Cup, but United States plays Belgium Monday night. Uh, Portugal and Croatia play today. Spain and Austria today. We will play. If we beat Belgium, we will play the winner. We will play either Portugal, Croatia, Spain, or Austria. And
Give
and
us
my guess
Austria,
out of all that would be
please,
Portugal.
or Spain. But
Yeah,
I'd love
who's the
Austria.
star for Spain?
Lamine Yamal.
And then we know,
Yamal is finna ball.
so we know for Portugal it's uh
CR7, Cristiano.
yeah, Cristiano, and then we know for us it's either
It's
Flo or Pulisic.
Pulisic, and but right now it's Pulisic.
And then Mbappe. Mbappe for
Probably
France.
the best. I mean,
The dude is as smooth. I mean, I'm not into soccer. I think it's the most boring thing in the world. But he is as smooth as they get.
I'm finding the more I watch it this year, the more I am appreciating it,
it's
Makes him
it's
play.
I love the strategy, and you know what I
They
really like, the ball possession strategy.
and
yeah,
I don't think
they're
I could
good.
ever get into like the seasons of it, but I love when they play for
Yeah,
their country. I
Yeah,
exactly.
love
it's
that.
it's awesome. All right. Do we have any videos about the World Cup?
Not
No.
today.
Okay. So before we move on, I do want to. Should have said this earlier, but in the Sun to yesterday, our front page is dedicated to America's 250th anniversary. But because we live right here in Ellis County, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but that's our front page. It's just
Yeah, they can see it.
that with the from the Declaration of Independence, so the Constitution. Uh, you can get this if you want it. It's a nice commemorative piece. That's why we did it. But we are going to be selling posters of this on quality paper that you can frame and that sort of thing for $14.95. So if you want a poster of our front page from yesterday, July the 1st, uh, feel free to call and ask for Kennedy at, well, she'll answer 972-316-7707. 972-316-7707. You can get your own poster. I definitely will be getting one for us
It's
and
very
framing it.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very
it's
nice.
cool. Sharon and Corey did a great job with that. So there you have it. All right, man, do we have stuff to talk about? But we got Mavs update. Sammy, anything you want to tell? We got
I mean,
Larry.
there's not a
Well,
lot of people that like the map, so I'm not going to go too far in it. But Larry is confirmed to come over and play for
he's
some
from
league.
where? Spain.
He's from Spain. I love that
What's
dude,
his real name?
Sergio De La Rea.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
then
They call him Larry.
they call
And
him
then you
Larry.
told me we had another guy from somewhere across the
Yeah, he's
world.
from Russia, and his name is Vsevolod Ischenko. They call him Seva.
So we're gonna start calling him Harry.
Oh,
I
Harry,
mean, if they
Harry
want
and
to go with
Larry,
Larry, we'll just start naming everybody the things that rhyme with Harry, Larry,
Jared,
Barry,
Gary.
Mary,
Mary.
Jerry,
Yeah, yeah,
Gary.
Gary. Yeah,
All right,
so that's
so
we made a trade yesterday. We got a good player, so that's
who?
Santi Aldama from Spain, and he
Oh,
played with Sergio for the Spain national team last summer. They started together.
sweet.
So yeah,
All right, and then I think that's it for our. Well, the Rangers lost yesterday, but they've won 5 in a row. They're in first place,
Corey, can we
They
talk
won
tied for
about
they
first
won
Corey
place.
6
Seager?
before they lost it.
6, yeah,
Can we talk about Corey
he's
Seager?
done.
He's done. He's got to be done.
Yeah.
Well, I think
He had a
I
good run
mean,
with us, but
I'm not going to rag on Corey Seager. Corey Seager's the reason we won a
yeah, oh,
World
yeah,
Series, but this is probably his worst year ever. And players have that. He's been hurt.
he
Well, he's
just
got a
got
little bit
back.
of AD in him,
Yeah,
Anthony Davis, because he's constantly getting
and
hurt.
it's weird because it's baseball. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like in baseball you
How
shouldn't be
old
that.
is he?
Probably in his
Mid
30s.
30s,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's
It's
done.
just unfortunate. But he's the highest paid player we've got. No telling what we get for him in a trade. We'll
yeah,
see. I don't know when the trade deadline is. I think it's later than July.
The very end of July.
yeah.
All right, so there you have that. A few tornations we've got today. So first of all, many of you know that I spent a decade almost in Buffalo, New York. I love the people of Buffalo, New York. I love Buffalo. It is on the far western end side of New York City, of New York. So it has nothing to do with what we all complain about, other than the good people of Buffalo have to endure and suffer through the tax structure and the nonsense that goes on in New York. New York, including Buffalo, is Democrat, left-leaning, liberal. Their mayor, their county judge, they call them county executive. They're whack jobs. But anyway,
And you left out lake effect snow.
they have lake effect snow, which means that when the wind is blowing from west to east off of Lake Erie, the southern part of Buffalo, just the southern part, gets whacked with
Feet
lake
and
effect
feet and
snow.
feet.
And so I owned a home in the North Towns, which rarely got snow like that. But Maury, Maury lives in the North Towns too, but people who live in the South Towns could get a foot of snow and we not have any much to speak of on the north side. But anyway, the Buffalo, Columbus, Ohio, and I don't know about other cities. And think of this in the context of 4th of July and 250th birthday, they have decided in the most obnoxious ways for the most obnoxious reasons to raise up and wave the flag of Somalia because they have populations in their communities. It makes me sick. It it's the equivalent of us in Waxahachie or in Ellis County or in any city waving the flag of ethnic groups that are in our county, but that are very, 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 very tiny. It's just stupid. And for these politicians that are making these decisions, I have 2 words for you: bite me. It's ridiculous. It makes me sick.
Throw it.
And so there you have it. Uh, Travis Kelsey and what's her name? Taylor Swift. I swear to you guys, I'm gonna lose I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose my freedom. I'm gonna lose my religion. I'm gonna lose everything if I have to listen to one more story about their impending forthcoming wedding that supposedly now is going to happen in Madison Square Garden. Who cares? Who cares? And but anyway, that's the big hoopla now.
Yeah, I
And I did not make the 1,000-person invitation
Yeah,
list,
well,
yeah, I applied probably 20 times, but
I mean, yeah.
including my +1.
All right, so there you have that. New York City. I do want to talk about this for a minute or two. We know as we have a column coming up uh, about New York City and Denver, frankly, the state of Colorado, but Denver and New York City are quickly becoming the poster cities for communism. So let's knock off this stuff that we call it social democracy or democratic socialism or whatever else. It's communism, straight up communism. So when you hear those buzzwords, socialism, the ones I just said, just know what you're hearing is communism, about communism. So we know there, including Mamdani in New York City, there are now 4 politicians that presumably the other 3 will win their general elections in November, are straight up communists. And it's going to fail. And so our column is about, well, if I think I'm I'm okay with this risk, and that is a faraway city, although one that I have been to many, many, many times. Sammy's been to it. Sonia just went last fall. It's a beautiful city. It was so much to do, so much fun in New York City. But if the country has to endure an example of communism, and thereby, I pray, learn from that massive failure, then let it be cities that are far away from us, like a New York City and like Denver. I've lived in Denver before. It's a wonderful city as well. It surprises me that that's happening there, but we're going to sit back and watch this unfold, and it's going to be disastrous. And signs of it have already started. Mom Donnie came out today, and because they're getting their temperature up there is in the 90s, but the feel, what do we call it?
Feels
The
like
wind chill feel like
feels like
is 112.
heat index.
And those homes, most of them don't have air conditioning, or a lot of them don't. And so he's come out and said, here's what we're pleading, asking. Now it's asking, but at some point it's going to be demanding.
78.
Raise your thermostat to 78. Turn off your unplug stuff that you're not using. Dim your lights if you can, and slow down or put away your devices so that you're not using energy to drain the city of its ability to keep people cool. The fancy word for that, or the better word for that, is rationing. So the
Mhm.
mayor of New York City is saying to his community, we're asking you, we're wanting you to ration energy such that we supposedly can stay uh, uh, eh, cool and everybody be okay. When in fact, this is America. And Sonia and I run. We have two air conditioners, so we have a system that you can have it on one temperature upstairs and a totally different temperature downstairs. Uh, Downstairs, which is where our bedroom is, and everything else is upstairs. We run ours at night when we go. Well, anytime now, it's 68 or 69.
66 in my
Yeah.
ice cube.
I mean, it can be
Thank you, Rita.
expensive, but I want my Sonia works from home, so I want her to be comfortable and our pets and all that. So Mom Dami can take you 78 degrees and stick it where the sun doesn't shine. That's just straight up communism. These people are not smart enough to not expose themselves for what they're doing. There's no way to hide it. That's communism 101 is what he's doing.
It,
And people will fall for it.
and it fails all the time. And we know from the problems that we've had here in Texas with our winters, with the problems, and with the summers,
Hmm.
there's something called the grid. And guess what? When you're in bad energy situations, they control the grid, and they can shut things down on you.
Yeah, they
And
can.
and that's the next stage that's going. And I remember in that bad first winter that we were here of 21, um, when so many places were losing it, we were losing it. You talk to certain people, well, we never lost it. Well, guess what? They were next door to a hospital
Yeah.
or a police office, and the grid was left
Doesn't
on
cut
for
shut
them.
off. Yeah,
So
we live not far from a assisted living, and so we never lost ours.
yeah,
However, a lot of people did, and I would say to the people of New York City, the minute if you voted for Mondami again, they face the same issues we have with respect to voter turnout. So few people vote for people that then affect everybody by their decisions and their votes while in office. The same thing has happened in New York City and in Denver. So you may not have voted. If you didn't vote, you don't get to say, you can say anything, but you don't really, you didn't vote. So what say do you have in it, really and truly? For those that voted for people other than those that are taking over and uh, manifesting communism, uh, this is what happens for those of you that vote for people like Mom Donna. Don't come whining to me. Don't come whining to me whenever your temperature isn't able to go below 78. 78 might as well be 88. Might as well be 108. It's deeply, terribly uncomfortable in a home when the air conditioner won't come on until it's that warm. So that's what's happening in New York City, and I don't want to laugh at it per se, but I do want to say you're getting what you deserve. It's like raising a child. You know,
Yeah, and
they go out. We were watching something the other night, a series. This young person went out and got drunk. Oh, Dutton Ranch, the new Yellowstone, got drunk as a skunk, and then paid the price for it the next day at work. And his parents are like, "Don't look at me. You did it. You got to learn from it." That's what we're seeing here. We're gonna see.
but I will ask you this: um, what what other choice does he have other than to ask people to do that voluntarily, knowing that he's got that put the hammer down option later on? I mean, what?
I don't think
I
that
don't
there's
think he has much choice, and I think if the same thing was happening here, we'd have to make that same
I don't think there's
suggestion to the people.
Abbott never said he encouraged us
Yeah.
to just be aware that can be a problem, and we experienced what we experienced because of ERCOT officials who wouldn't know their head from a hole in the ground, uh weren't prepared. I don't think there's any question in this world that New York City would be just fine if everybody ran their ACs at 70. I think it's all a ploy to say, look, the trouble's coming, and if we don't do this, that's how you get control of stuff. You instill fear in people, and then
Mhm.
you get control when in fact there was no risk of it happening before. New York's been hot before. I lived in Buffalo, and there were times when it was 95 degrees, rare, but 95 degrees, and we didn't have any air conditioning. We just sucked it up. But and if somebody would have said to me, don't, if I did have air conditioning, don't let it come on until it's 78, I'd told them I'm going to live the way I want to live.
Sure.
Period. I don't think the risk is real. It's a ploy to get people to be fearful and thereby give you control of their
Could
situation.
be. Could be.
So there you have that. Sammy, I didn't write down all our videos. So if I'm talking about something that we have a video for, I want to play it. Or do we have one that's a good break? Just check this out kind of video. All right. What were we
We
gonna
have
say?
we have that baseball collision.
Oh yeah. So we're random today as we usually are, and I don't really we have an agenda here, but we're all over the place. But I came across this video. And the reason I wanted to bring it to your attention is because one, it's pretty incredible, and number two, it involved the Rough Riders. So the Rough Riders in Frisco, which is the Double A team of the Rangers, is playing Midland, which is the Double A team of
The
uh,
A's.
the A's. So they're playing up here in Frisco. Watch this play, and I'll tell you what's going on with it. It's kind of sad, but just watch this play of two outfielders and a ball hit to them last night.
Viewers. The incident happened in the third inning between the Rockhounds and the Frisco Rough Riders. Miscommunication in the outfield between Lasco and fellow Rockhounds Devin Taylor led to a diving collision. Taylor was able to get up and finish the play,
Okay,
but
that's good,
Lasco
Sammy.
stayed down on.
Play it again real quick. Watch the play again. Yeah, that's why I just cut it off. Watch the play again.
The incident happened in the third inning between the Rockhounds and the Frisco Rough Riders. Miscommunication in the outfield between Lasco and fellow Rockhounds Devin
Okay, there
Taylor
you go.
led to a
So the right fielder gets up and goes and retrieves the ball. The center fielder, as of showtime today, has no feelings in his legs.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So it wasn't as violent as some other collisions I've seen in baseball, but it was the way it happened. And when he fell, his neck was hit by the guy's knees, and it jarred in such that he has no feelings in his legs. So the reason we bring it to you is just one, it's a young man that plays for,
The A's top prospect.
yeah. That was the A's or the Rough Riders? That was yeah, that was but the A's, yeah, they're top prospects. So we'll just, if I can remember, if y'all remind me, we'll keep that updated. But that happened last night, and it's a bit scary. Let's talk about Supreme Court of the United States. All right.
Let's
So
go.
how many members of the Supreme Court are there?
Number nine.
Nine.
Number nine. Number nine.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that in just a second. So the Supreme Court's made up of nine justices. Those justices, as you well know, are nominated by the President of the United States at the time that there's an open vacancy on the court. Clarence Thomas, I believe, is the longest current serving justice. he goes back to the 90s when Joe Biden made an ass of himself in that hearing, and it got just awful. But Clarence Thomas is still there, still deeply, profoundly conservative. And then we have the other 8. 3 of them are staunchly liberals, that being 3 women, ironically. And then we have John Roberts, the Chief Justice. So you never know. He's like a rabid dog. You just never know what he's going to do. Then we have Kavanaugh, who's conservative. We have Gorsuch, who's conservative. And then the other wild card here, unfortunately, because she wasn't wild card at all when she was being considered and at her hearings and all that sort of thing, vetted, if you will, is Amy Coney Barrett. But as goes every year, this in June of every year, towards the latter part of June, the Supreme Court makes its decisions public about big time cases. This case, as we talked about on Tuesday, the one I'm talking about, is that birthright citizenship. That whether or not you're legal, illegal, purple, green, yellow, brown, white, whatever, if you're in the United States as a pregnant woman, you have, regardless of duration, regardless of reason, regardless of status, you have a child in this country, that child automatically has citizenship in the United States, is an American.
Right. 2 comments. One, seems like we go 6-3 either way almost all the time. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah, or 5-4.
But the thing about this birthright citizenship that I struggle with is I know what it's trying to accomplish about the flooding of the border recently, but we've had this law all of our days. And for us to suddenly say, well, it's different now, I don't know. It maybe a lot of those pregnant women that came here in recent years did it knowing that, and it was a chance for their child to have success. I don't think they ever thought it would go the other way just because they came in illegally. It was never That was never a consideration how you got here. It just has historically been that
Well,
it's a birthright, and so I'm mixed. I struggle with it.
I don't, because this has come up at this point because of what Biden did to this
I
country.
understand that.
So allowing 10 or 20 minutes, whatever the number is, we don't really know, but we know it's a boatload of people that came into this country illegally, and that Trump is spending his president's second term as president to get them out of here. So these people come in here, and because of just one thing, they have a child here. That child is an American. If you or I and our wives went to Russia, and which I would question anybody why you go to Russia when you're 9 months pregnant, but or anywhere really. But if you go there, if you're 8 months pregnant, and you go there, and uh, as would happen, you have the baby because it came early or whatever. Uh, do any of us in this room believe that Russia, any country, Spain, uh, England, that because you're born there, you're a citizen?
I haven't read the thing through thoroughly. Let me ask you this. Does the law only apply if the mother was an illegal?
It doesn't matter the status. They could be illegal, they could be legal. It
See,
doesn't matter the status.
that's how if you got a problem with the way it happened, the way they should have tweaked the law is to say only if you're legal.
That would
be
I mean,
acceptable.
I would be okay with that. If you're a citizen of the United States and you have a child, regardless of where you live, that child is an American. Even if you have the child in Russia, or any other country in this world is not going to say because you had a child here that child is a citizen of our country. That doesn't happen. But 5 of these justices, that's to include the 3, Mo, Larry, and Curley, Kagan, Sotomayor, and Jackson, who in my opinion is dumb as that wallpaper right there, that Biden put in because she's black. Remember, he said we're gonna put a black woman on the Supreme Court.
he
Is
did.
that DEI if there ever was, or affirmative action? It's like saying because she's black, we're gonna let her fly an airplane, but she didn't know how to fly an airplane. So, and then the other two are Barrett and Roberts. Roberts, again, rabid. We didn't just never know what he's going to do. I don't really particularly care for him. Roberts, never have since Bush nominated him and he got through whatever. But Barrett is the surprise here, and so she says it's okay that you can be an illegal. I don't even think it's theoretical, but in reality, you can be a mass murderer from another country, come here with the intent, sole purpose of having whoever it's a married girlfriend, whatever, she have a baby here, and that baby is automatically a citizenship, which opens the door up for a lot of advantages for that child and for those who are parenting it. It's just, it's hideous, excuse me, to me. And so I I think now, because it's a decision made by the Supreme Court, there are going to be things attempted to be done at the executive level and legislature, and that is to uh, I don't know what the proper wording is, but amend it, which requires a supermajority, take a ton of work. But I can't imagine anybody saying this is okay. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Amend it in the right way and it'd be okay though,
Yeah,
in my book.
amend it such that if you're in this country illegally, you're not a citizen of the United States, and you have a child, that child is not a citizen of the United States.
Yeah.
It's just the way it should be. It's the way it is everywhere else in the world. Because the truth is, you, me, Sammy, anybody, everybody listening, we're going to be putting the bill for that baby,
Right.
right? So
Right.
from cradle to grave, as they say, we're going to be putting the bill for all sorts of things related to that child.
I'll just say if we didn't have that, we wouldn't have Flo on our team for USA. So I'll just say that. But that's the only thought
Well,
that comes to my
are
mind.
his parents not legal citizens of the United States?
Oh, I don't know if they I know they didn't live here whenever they
Yeah,
came
well,
over.
you can
Yeah.
not
You
live
can
here and
come with
be
a green card. You can come
yeah,
with
as
a
long
Okay.
as
visa.
you're a legal citizen or legally um
I thought you said
I,
it doesn't matter the status.
that's the way that the vote
That is
went.
now.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
I'm
vote went.
saying amend it
okay.
in that
They
way.
upheld
Gotcha.
it. And so
Yeah,
Trump
yeah.
was trying to say what I believe should be the case is you have to be a legal citizen of the
Okay.
United States for your child, regardless of where it's born, to be an American citizen.
Never mind. Flow's good then.
The Babylon Bee, which is a satirical site, it's hilarious, said that it's satirical, so it's not real. It's just trying to be absurd. But it says that now the law is going to be such that you can have a baby at Olive Garden and your baby is automatically a citizen of Italy. Uh, it's just insane. You know what I mean?
I hear you,
Um,
bro. I hear you, bro.
so there's that. Let me see. There was another. We talked about the hearing on sanctuary cities. Sammy, cue up Jayapal. So a committee in Congress headed by Jim Jordan, the conservative from Ohio, very smart guy, had its fourth hearing on the damage of sanctuary cities. I want you to listen to this video. This is from I don't know her first name, but she's one of the most unappealing people in Congress, which is saying something when you think about it. Jayapal is her last name. She is a congresswoman from Washington, D.C. I want you to listen to this. The context is that it's a hearing on Capitol Hill. The witnesses are moms of children who were murdered by illegals, who the illegals were allowed to be here because of sanctuary cities. Okay, that's the context. So listen to what Jayapal says and then what the mother says.
Care. Unfortunately, this hearing is it's the fourth time in this committee that we've had a hearing on sanctuary cities. The fourth time. And there's many other things that we could be doing other than this.
Thanks for telling me without telling me that, you know, you're here, but you don't want to be. This is the fourth time you had angel families. Thanks for telling me you don't care.
Unfortunately, this hearing is.
So Jayapal, just the audacity, just the pompous arrogance of a congresswoman to say this is the fourth time we've had to listen to this and be a part of this hearing, knowing full well that there are people at that witness table who have experienced the most devastating thing that can, in my mind, happen to a parent, and that is the loss of a child, particularly a loss in the form of murder at the hands of an illegal immigrant who should never have been here in the first place, but who are being coddled by these sanctuary cities. State of Washington is one of the most liberal, the Northeast, the West Coast, all liberal. And so that's what Jayapal and all her pompous, um, said, and the mom reacted that way. I think it's indicative of just the callous nature of people who get into politics and then think they're all that. That's an example of what someone who is in power that never should be in power, in my mind, someone who we might refer to as a leader who has no leadership skills and has zero compassion, except for those the Democrat Party says if you're going to be a liberal, if you're going to be a Democrat of status in our party, you better be for sanctuary cities. You better be for illegal immigrants. You better be for uh, transgender people, all this stuff. And that's just an example of what's happening up there. Yes, sir.
One thing on the birthright citizenship, Eddie said 33 other countries do have a form of birthright citizenship.
A form of it. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a form of it I don't know what those forms are, but my point is our system is what these justices voted on. Our form is you have a baby here, that baby is an American citizen, regardless of anything else. And so if we put in a structure, you mentioned a green card.
Yeah.
If you got a green card, which means you're headed towards becoming a citizen, and then America understands that, and we can vet that, then I'm going to be okay with something like that. So,
In addition, those 33 countries, we were one of them all along until now it's being abused, is the difference.
So anyway, there you have that. But let's see. I've already mentioned that. So the Southern Poverty Law Center, we have had stories on that. We've talked about it. Southern Poverty Law Center in Montgomery, Alabama, has long been. I used to live there in 1983. It was in existence. So I don't know when it actually came into existence, but it's a uh, non-governmental NGO, they call them, organization. It survives. It's a tax-free, it's not a charity, but it's, they don't pay taxes. So it's
Right.
and so their purpose, I thought, was all these years to help defend Black people primarily who have been abused, mistreated, whatever by others.
What's the other larger organization?
ACLU.
ACLU. It's the black.
Similar.
It's just for blacks. It's a black
Yeah.
version of ACLU.
So the Poverty Law Center got busted recently because under Trump's administration, it was revealed that the Southern Poverty Law Center was actually paying actual racists like the KKK money so as to do things that were racist, so that the Southern Poverty Law Center could then come to the rescue. There's a syndrome, I forget what it's called, but a syndrome where a guy a woman or whatever, go start a fire and then show up to put it out. It's the same syndrome that a mother makes her baby ill or children ill, and then takes care of them. The same thing is happening with the Southern Poverty Law Center. So that's been under investigation. It came out yesterday, this week, that the Southern Poverty Law Center has gotten deeper and deeper with the amount of money. Millions of dollars are being spent on actual racist organizations. Could be the what do they call the skinheads out in Idaho and all that? There's an Aryan Nation, paying people of the Aryan Nation or the KKK or any other group out there, less for just kicks and giggles, because obviously we find those organizations abhorrent. But if I were one guy and you want to pay me millions so that I'll turn around and go out and obviously for the cameras everywhere to catch me being a racist and abusing another citizen based on their race, that it gets publicized, the SPLC comes running to the rescue. That's what's happening here.
Scott, my friend, is it just my feeble mind, or am I having a major deja vu? Didn't we have this conversation a year ago about the same thing coming to light?
No, we might have about some other organization, but not SPLC. So we did about a month ago, but now it's being revealed as they go deeper. They're finding more and more money, more and more instances of the SPLC doing things like this. It's just so bad. And the CEO, or whatever title he had, was on Capitol Hill a couple of weeks ago and trying to defend it every way he could. There's no defense of this, but I wanted to bring you up to that, up to date on that. And then last thing I want to say on this little, all over the place potpourri of stuff is that Trump, I don't think this is an idea or an iffy. Trump is going to have a midterm convention, just for the purposes as revealed in what I just said, and that is a big time convention like you see for every presidential race. Every time that but prior to November, usually in August, convention is held in presidential years, and never has it happened for midterm. So Trump has said we're going to have a midterm convention as we head into a very important November election. Guess where that convention is going to be?
The Big D.
Big D, Dallas, Texas. So we may have to swing up there and check it out.
Do we want to play that Trump video that he posted on Twitter?
Yeah, so let's play. We're going to play two videos for you. One is going to make you mad because it's a guy. What state was he in, Sam? Do you remember?
No,
It'll say on there, but this is a guy who, much like we are, all three of us, dressed up in our 4th of July gear, our 250th anniversary, our patriotism. We are all deeply patriots here, deep patriots here. This guy is a state congressman somewhere. And he wore, you'll see what he wore, and then I'll tell you what happened to him. He'll tell you what happened to him. Go ahead and play it, Sam.
This is a jacket that my wife had bought me. Back home in the district, this is America's 250. We went to a couple 250 events. We love our country. We love America.
That jacket.
So I'm happy to put this on. I'm proud to wear this.
That is a very colorful jacket that the representative is wearing today. Very patriotic, I see, my friend.
Everybody loved it. Come up, people gave me hugs, shaking my hands. Hey, this is great. I walked in on a floor like I always do, shaking everybody's hands. I make my rounds. Speaker McClinton's asking you to leave the floor. And I'm like, what for? And he said, well, she doesn't like your outfit. She says it's a costume. I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, it's something you wouldn't wear every day. And I'm like, listen, I would wear this back home. I'm going to wear it again. 2 to 3 minutes later, one of the security guards come up, tap me on the shoulder. And he said, hey, the speaker's going to ask you to leave or take your jacket off.
Okay,
America's 250. 4th of July is 4 days away.
So this guy was booted out of their equivalent of Congress, Capitol Hill, if you will, because he was being patriotic and wearing his red, white, and blue outfit. And here's Trump. This is a video I think you'll find entertaining. Trump is talking about the ever-growing TDS syndrome that has afflicted about 80 million people in this country. This is Trump himself, Dr. Trump, explaining what needs to happen.
Life. Have you or someone you know been diagnosed with TDS? The symptoms can be relentless. Fortunately, I'm Dr. Trump, and I have a treatment plan. Let's hear what some of my patients have to say.
I have been suffering for over a decade, and after listening to Dr. Trump, I can see some results.
Man, I've been suffering for years. I really didn't believe that was help out there. That was when I came across this video on TV.
I really thought I was a lost cause. This was gonna affect me for the rest of my life. But after using the treatment plan, I can see a difference.
I really wasn't sure I could help some of these people. They were so far gone, I wasn't really sure. I had no idea how much this was affecting my life. My work is slowed down. I'm hardly recognizable anymore. I just needed help. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Constantly angry. I made everyone miserable around me.
I feel like I've aged 20 years in the last 2 years. I've been so concerned. I was really starting to worry about my future.
The treatment is simple. Turn off fake news. Say your prayers, and if you ever feel anxious, just have a Diet Coke like me, and you're going to see a remarkable difference in your life.
All right, there you go. Dr. Trump at the rescue cracks me up. All right, poem time. What do we got?
Uncle Sam's birthday, and Sam probably thinks this is for him. And guess what? We'll pretend it is. We all have a birthday. Today's my Uncle Sam's, a family and fireworks. I am a big fan. All nations and tongues, from the old to the young. Each has its own way to play, and all a ton of fun. We're not as much different as some make us out. Let's try to be happy and not so much to pout. The heart pumps our blood, our lungs give us air. In all that you do, just try to be fair. Now, this year's an odd one, a strange one, no doubt. So hold tight to your honey bun. Enjoy a bratwurst with some
Trout.
kraut. Very good. Nothing lasts forever. That's not so hard to believe. So try to be clever, figuring out what's up God's sleeve. Thy will be done, the Lord's Prayer doth say. This surely applies on our country's birthday.
Very good. Very, very good. All right.
Today in history, we are 14 deep this year.
All right.
The big man goes 16-1. Let's go get some bonuses.
Let's go.
Let's open it right here with bonus. The Continental Congress passed a resolution saying these colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states.
1776.
1776.
You got it.
Booyah.
Bonus is in effect. President James A. Garfield was shot by Charles J. Goutier at the Washington, D.C. railroad station. Garfield died the following September. Goutier was hanged in 1882. That's a good help for you.
Yes. We saw a documentary on that. So good.
1870.
1882. 1880.
1881.
Oh, it took
Didn't
him
pick
a-
up on the clue.
Dang.
Rioting erupted in East St. Louis as white mobs attacked black residents. At least 50 and as many as 200 people, most of them black, were believed to have died in this violence. I missed this. Was way off.
1939.
45.
17.
Oh.
Aviator Amelia Earhart and navigator Fred Noonan disappeared over the Pacific Ocean while attempting to make the first round-the-world flight along the equator. That's at the widest spot.
24. 19.
32. 1932.
37.
Oh.
The first Walmart store opened in Rogers, Arkansas.
I'll say 48.
1971.
62.
Oh, man.
Let's get a bonus here. Come on, right here. President
Ah.
John Lyndon Baines Johnson signed into law a sweeping civil rights bill passed by Congress prohibiting discrimination and segregation based on race, color, sex, religion, or national origin.
What was the last date?
62.
65.
Oh, it's either that or 68. I'm going to go 68.
64.
Oh, man.
He took over in November of
Yeah,
63 and he got it done right away.
Yeah.
The U.S. Supreme Court in Gregg versus Georgia ruled 7-2 that the death penalty was not inherently cruel or unusual.
71.
72.
76, you guys are in there. The Susan B. Anthony dollar coin was released to the public. It looked like a quarter and it was never well accepted.
81.
78.
79, here you go. Ruling in a pair of cases, the Supreme Court upheld affirmative action as a remedy for past job discrimination.
Probably 2020. 1989.
88.
86.
Haha.
More than 1,400 Muslim pilgrims were killed in a stampede inside a pedestrian tunnel near Mecca, Saudi Arabia.
2000.
99.
90.
Oh.
Steve Fawcett became the first person to complete a solo circumnavigation of the world nonstop in a balloon. This ain't no
94.
airplane.
He ain't got any sense.
94.
2010.
2, you just missed it. You just missed it.
Oh, man.
Rescue divers in Thailand found 12 alive boys and their soccer coach who had been trapped by flooding as they explored a cave more than a week earlier.
That was like 2018.
I think it's 2017.
How about it is?
2018.
How about
Let's
it
go.
is, Samuel? Nice work.
Yeah, that
Is
was
that
sad.
all?
No, we
No.
got a couple more. British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested in New Hampshire on charges that she had helped lure at least 3 girls, one as young as 14, to be sexually abused by the late financier Jeffrey Epstein. Maxwell would be convicted on 5 of 6 counts and sentenced to 20 years in prison, where she sits today,
2022.
2023.
2020.
Okay.
Okay, bring it home here. The police chief for Uvalde, Texas school district stepped down from his city council seat amid criticism of his response to the mass shooting at an elementary school in which 19 students and 2 teachers were killed on May 24th of that year.
That had to have been 25.
22.
22.
22. Oh, wow.
All right, I finished 12 and 4.
Nice.
That was a lot.
It was. There were 14 choices. Good work,
All
gentlemen.
right, yeah, those were good. Very good. All right, so facts that we haven't done this since you've been gone, Jeffrey. So I've got facts that what is it? True facts that sound like BS. All right, you ready? Benjamin Franklin, as we know, used the kite to be able to
Discover electricity.
electricity. Sammy probably didn't know that, but
with the
the other
key.
night, yeah. No, he used a
He
kite.
discovered the kite.
So here's true or false. Benjamin Franklin has been inducted into the Kite Flyers Hall of Fame. True or
This has
false?
got to be the easiest one we've had.
If he wasn't,
Yeah.
what kind of Hall of
it
Fame
has
is
to
it?
be
It's
true.
got to be true.
The answer is false.
I knew it. I knew
Yeah.
it.
Franklin is a member, however, of the International Swimming Hall of Fame.
You know,
The
Booyah.
if Ben in that Hall of Fame,
I don't know that there is a. I don't know
want to
that there
be
is
in
a
there.
Kite
The
Flyers
reason
Hall.
we're doing this show is because the dude used a kite, right?
Why are you getting on me about it? I don't know that there is a Kite Flyers Hall of Fame. Chill out.
And that, my
cowboy.
friend, is the trickery
Don't
of that
disrespect
book.
my boy Benjamin Franklin.
All right. Again, I want to remind you that if you have an interest, given the nature of this week for America turning 250, the Waxahachie Sun, we had our front page yesterday, is a commemorative front page that we've turned into a very nice poster you can buy for $14.95. Just let us know. You can come to the Sun at the corner of College and Waters downtown, or you can call us at 972-316-7707 and reserve your copy. So
And
there
as
you
they
have it.
say, suitable for framing.
Yes, very suitable for framing. All right. We are sponsored by Hoosier Custom Meats out of Italy, Texas. Great food, great people, just a great experience. You can't get their beef at Walmart, that's for sure. Anyway, so from ground beef to fillets, from specialty boxes of all kinds to jerky and snacks sticks. Hoosier Custom Meats has it. Sammy has them on the screen. Check them out for us. Tell them the boys from GGN sent you. So thank you for being here. May we all be grateful for this great country that we live in. I saw a stat yesterday that said 70, or maybe it was 93% of Republicans in this country are deeply as proud as they've ever been to be an American citizen. 36% of the Democrat Party, or those saying they're Democrats, claim to be as proud as they've ever been. That's a huge gap. So I say, screw them all, and you be proud of this country. There's everything to be proud of. Sure, we have our problems, but we are American citizens by God's good grace. So
Amen.
thank
And
you.
grill you up some beef this weekend.
Yep.
And make it a great day and try to make somebody smile today.